Hello, first grade. It's time for our reading mini lesson. Today, we're going to see how authors give a message in a story. Our goal is to understand that an author often conveys or gives a message for the reader through a story. Do you remember this book, Jamaica's Tag Along? Jamaica doesn't understand why her older brother Ozzy won't let her shoot baskets with him and his friends. Even after she shows them how good she is, they still won't let her play. So Jamaica goes off to build a sandcastle on the playground by herself. But then a toddler comes over and tries to help her, and she just tells him he's getting in her way. A little later, the Berto's mom comes over and tells him, "Leave this girl alone. Big kids don't like to be bothered by little kids." Jamaica hears her own brother Ozzy's comments echo in Berto's mother's words. She thinks of how much it hurt her feelings when she was not allowed to play with the big kids. And so she invites Berto to help her, and she even shows them how they can play and work together. The sandcastle they built was so spectacular that her big brother Ozzy wanted to join in. And what did Jamaica do? She let him. What happened when Jamaica wants to play ball with her brothers and his friends? What happened when the little boy Berto wanted to build a sandcastle with Jamaica? What does Jamaica learn at the end of this story? She learns a lesson at the end of the story. But what do you think the author wants us to learn by reading this? The author uses what the characters, in this case, what Jamaica says and does, to give the reader a message. What do you think the message was in this book? The author gives a message in a story, and in our book, Jamaica's Tag Along, the message was treat others as you would like to be treated. Remember this book? Now one foot, now the other. So this story was about Bobby, and he was coping with his grandfather's disability. Do you remember what Bobby's grandfather helped him learn when he was a baby? After his grandfather gets sick, what kind of things did Bobby help him learn to do? What do you think the author wants you to learn about families from this story? What is his message about families? In this story, his message is that family members help each other in times of need. Now, in this book, Going Places, it's time for the Going Places contest. And finally, time for everyone to build a go kart and race it and see who wins. Now, each kid gets an identical kit and scrambles to build it. Everybody but Maya. She sure doesn't seem to be in a big hurry, and that sure doesn't look like anybody else's go kart. But who said it had to be a go kart? What is the author's message in this story? In the story Going Places, the message is to be creative by using your imagination. It's okay to be different. Today, we saw that the author gives a message in all of these books. In our reading mini lesson today, we saw how an author gives a message in a story. Our goal was to understand that an author often conveys or gives a message for the reader